What up? You're watching me on 106 KMEL.com. I'm Killer Mike, and I'm interviewing with the homie Big Von.
106 KMEL.
All the way live, one of my favorites.
What up?
I'm going to tell you one of my favorites. I only say it to a couple people. You are one of my favorites.
Thank you.
Killer Mike is in the spot right now.
I am. I thought I was just coming to do the radio show. So
nah, man, I got everybody to see what you look like, man. They know the voice off top. They got to see you.
But I'm just saying, I almost came in some George Bulldog shorts and like a beat-up tee.
It's all right.
You know,
I wear the same thing every day. Ask him.
Yeah, but you crisp. Like I wasn't. I was going to come in my pajamas.
This came out the trunk. I was like, oh, Mike coming? Okay, break that out right now. Killer Mike is here. Now, you here for a special thing. The Run the Jewels thing is going on tonight, huh?
Yeah, we in SF tonight.
How's that going?
It's going good. It's 12 consecutive sold-out shows.
I heard y'all been tearing up everything. Everywhere y'all go. I follow you on Instagram. It's crazy seeing people with the tattoos and all the art and all this. Like, yeah. You got to explain that to me. Like, how's that feeling?
I mean, that's a little surreal. Like, I wanted to have a jamming record that we could tour and sell out shows. So that's a confirmation, you know, of just putting the right energy in there and putting the hard work with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the secret. The book my wife got me reading now. But what you don't see, or what you don't see on the other side is, you know, you want to connect with their audience, but when the connection happens, it becomes something of their own. Like, you know that 15 Run the Jewels murals are going to go up because 15 artists say, yeah, we want to do it. But you don't know that's going to inspire 15 other artists, and that becomes like 20 different countries, 4 different continents. You don't expect that. You don't expect to see a tattoo artist who comes to your show like, hey, man, my friend's getting a tattoo of y'all's. And we're like, oh, okay. And the next thing you know, he has a tattoo, another kid has a kid, and that's when it turns into, wow, this is the closest thing I've ever seen as this thing was Wu Tang Clan.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm glad you said that, because I follow you on Instagram. When I seen it, I want to know when you hit you was like, oh.
When I walked out on stage, we walk out to Queen. We walk out to We Are the Champions. And I just felt like that from day one, because I felt like after rap music, Ellen and I did rap music and Cancer for Cure, that, you know, we were underground champions. We are here to take it. Then after Run the Jewels 1, I was like, yeah, this is what we walking out to every night. When I walked out the first night that we didn't have to say, put your hands down, we walked out and it was that, and it was thousands of kids. That's when I was like, oh, this is real. I'm at a gang rally.
And now you opened yourself to so many new fans.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
It's good. I mean, they're who I was trying to get to anyway, just in terms of just people with, I always give the rap audience credit with intelligence. And I always thought that they can understand the complexities of Killer Mike. And the rap audience, or the circles I was shooting in, it wasn't necessarily resonating with everyone. But I knew there was an audience for it. I just didn't know where to find them or how to put my hand on them. But, you know, with Elle and I partnering and me bringing audience and him bringing audience and us doing this together, we waking up some kids who didn't even know who we were just with the sound and what we do. I knew that the kids were out there, and now to see them, you know, and to be witnessing it, it just means a lot. The only thing that probably means a tad more, or not even more, or the only better thing is the people that had the confidence in me through the Pledge series. And they followed me through that whole series into rap music and come out on the other side a part of this bigger thing. You know, like when I go to D.C., I see the same face of the same people that were there when I had 100 people in the crowd that are now there when it's a sellout 1,000-people crowd. And that makes, and I know them, you know what I mean? And they know me, and they don't ask for free tickets. They still buy the tickets. They come out, and that means the world, because that's a genuine relationship and connection, and that's something different than, oh, he got a hot record.
And now y'all about to start doing the world. You had the country, now the world. You, Killer Mike.
Yeah, actually, it's not a start. This is our 3rd run. Like, I was in Australia last January. I'll be in, well, this January. I'll be in Australia next January, this up and coming January. I've done Europe the last 3 years, and we'll be in Europe December. You know, it's just that it's broken ground now. You know, it's like the London show is sold out already. The Ireland show is sold out. The Ireland show got added because the kids requested it. London show is sold out, and then they just put up one in the summer, like, well, we just got to bring you back. So, you know, I just knew that there was one who wanted to hear what I was doing. And it was just about finding the right production and the right time and then being open to serendipity. And Elle and I did it, you know, and we're doing it. And in big part, it's because of the audience, you know. And I just keep saying that because rap right now, it's not about the audience. It seems to be about idol worship almost, and that's cool. You know, I guess people need idols to worship. I like Mr. T a lot, you know. So, but it seems to it's kind of narcissistic in everything. And the rapper saying, "Look at me, look at me, look at me," and you know, we're just like, we're with you, we're with you. Like we did David Letterman, we played Philly the same night. We did the show, rocked the encore, walked out in the crowd, and watched ourselves on David Letterman with the crowd in Philly. And these kids had already just raged all night. That's a little different, you know. So for whatever reason, it feels good and it works and it's selling out shows, and we're going to keep doing it and growing it, hopefully.
And how, I mean, you've always been in with a good song, good group, and good time. Is that luck? What is that?
It's serendipity.
Like
it's being prepared for it. Right. You know, I've known a lot of people that were lucky and just squandered luck, and I've never been lucky. I couldn't hit the lottery, man, if I had a brick and it was a wall. But you know, when it comes to using my talents when they're needed at the time, I've never been afraid to do it, and I've been with it, you know, and my whole career has been serendipity. I happen to be Big Boy's little brother's partner, and I happen to be able to rap my butt off, and Big was impressed by that, you know. I happened to be willing at a time when the music industry was breaking down to strike out independently, and there happened to be an audience and a need for that, you know what I mean? I happened to make cool friends that happened to have, you know, brought me and LP together. You know, my friend Jason at Adult Swim introduced L and I, and we were just open to work. And when I heard his work, I was like, yo, you got to do my whole album. And we figured it out. And then when he was going into making an EP, I was like, let me jump on it with you. I'll do everything with you. Let's do the whole record together. And Run the Jewels came out of that. So for me, it's about serendipity. It's about having talent or having skill or having a desire to work, but really, really being willing when the opportunity comes to do it and be selfless with it, you know. And I just encourage, like, more young men in particular to do that. Like, don't go into situations looking for the win or even the profit. Go into situations saying, how can I help? How can I be a part of this because it's something cool, not because I need it to validate me? And, you know, good things seem to come out of that. For me, it's happened like that.
Now you've made this other crowd, you made groundbreaking music. What is your solo music going to sound like now? You going to stay that way, or you going to go back to what, you know, my Chrome and all my favorite Good Day, Bad Days like that? You know, my favorites.
I'm always make Killer Mike music. I mean, this is Killer Mike music. This is as much Killer Mike music as everything else. You know, I mean, when people be like, oh, man, he's rapping better than he's ever rapped, I'll be like, what? Like, y'all didn't hear Pledge. Like, I sat down literally and wrote Pledge, like, you know, and just like, man, you know, like, if you haven't heard Ric Flair, you really can't even say you heard the illest, like, God in the Building. So, you know, I got to make those records. Like, you know, LP may make the next God in the Building. You know, that's my thing. Of course, I got to be Killer Mike. That's what people love about me. I'm bringing Killer Mike to it. My thing is just my solo records have gotten better every record. You know, like Pledge 2 is a classic. That ain't even arguable. Like the homies is like, hey, man, this is a classic. The greater audience, man, it's a classic. People who just discovered, oh, how did I sleep on this? It's a classic. And I went and made Pledge 3. And then after Pledge 3, people, oh, man, Ric Flair, this the classic. This is my favorite. And then I went and made rap music. So for me, my solos are just going to get increasingly better because everything I've done has gotten increasingly better because I challenge myself. You know, I am on a mission to the only rapper that and envy is not the right word. The only rapper that I admire to the point I wish to emulate at this point in my life is Scarface. I would love to have 27 years of no whack albums. 27 years. Like, I'm a musician. I'm running around on tour now, making money. It's cool. I own some businesses and cool things, and that takes care of my wife. That takes care of my family. Hell, that takes care of some of my ego. But in terms of my purpose as a musician, what I would like, a legacy I would like to leave, I'd like to do that. And, you know, this is just my 11th year in officially, so I've got a long way to go. So I have goals, whatever ceilings people think they have for me, I don't know they're there, so they're not going to hold me back. Whatever expectations you have for me, those are your expectations. I hope you get satisfied, but I know I'm going to satisfy my expectations. I have a goal. I want to be, you know, a lot of people be, I don't want to rap at 50. If I can get on stage, and I'm going to be able to get on stage to do Run the Jewels at 50, I'm going to do that. You're going to see that. Like, because I feel like I don't want to click you know, it's something that happened when people start clicking a button and they feel like rap is over for them, or they can't rap, or they can't listen to rap. And usually that's when your life get whack. I don't want no whack life. I want a cool life. you know.
How's it feel when you got these records out? You've been rapping 10, 11 years, getting it, and now so many young kids are into you. Is that wild? Because the stories you tell is grown up, real dope boy stories,
Yeah.
police and stuff that go on. But there's young kids that's like, yo, Mike, and you're like, yo.
I mean, my stories evolve too. Like, I tell those stories, but if you listen to a record like Early's just talking about being a 20-something-year-old kid with a dime bag of weed. He happens to be married and have children and be a loving dad, and gets pulled over by the police and his wife gets killed. You know, that's a provocative story to a kid who's, that age. But my thing is, I think what kids resonate with me is, besides the fact he can rap, is the fact I give a show. Solo and with Run the Jewels, like, my priority is I'm going to leave you with an impression. You're going to know you saw an event happen, And I think that on my personals, on the solos, people connect with me on almost like a gospel-esque type. It's something that about the things that I'm willing to be honest about, like in A Crown on Run the Jewels too. When I talk about, I sold drugs, and with that said, I harbor a lot of guilt, and there was 2 women that I had actually encountered, and then I made them one character on the song. I would say, down with a shame, down with a shame. Used to walk traps in the rain with cocaine. Used to write raps in the traps as I sat in the rain. And I pray that God give me a change, give me a lane, give me the fame, and I promise to change. Won't be the same kind of man, that puts cocaine in this lady's hang. Heard she was pregnant, I reckon. I'm guilty, I reckon, because I hear that this shit can hurt baby's brain. Heard he was normal till 3, and then he stopped talking. Since then, ain't nothing been the same. Like, that takes a lot to say. You know what I mean? That poured out of me in a freestyle at 3 in the morning. So I think that kids are attracted to that honesty, and they're attracted to the energy on stage and the passion I bring. But for whatever reason, I'm going to honor them respecting me and liking it by giving them everything I got. I'm going to leave every bit of everything I had on that stage every time they see me.
That's what it is. Killer Mike is here. I want to know, I've known you a long time. Did you ever think in your starting of your rap to now that your area will become the mecca for hip-hop right now?
Yeah.
You knew that was going to happen. You knew we was going to take all the light was just going to turn this way, and it would have to come from your area first for it to pick up like this.
Yeah. The same way when we was young, man, we knew that, like, Too Short came to Atlanta because it was cool. We knew that Hammer hung out with Dion because it was cool. Man, let me tell you something, man. If you're black or if you're urban or into that, there's no other place to be in the world than Atlanta. Like, we got great houses for very great value. Candace got what? Candace from Real Housewives got a what? $3 million mansion, right. $2 million mansion. You play maybe a $500,000, probably 150 less. You know what I mean? Yeah. All black neighborhood. She lived out the street from the mayor. Like, how could it not be the capital? And Atlanta kills itself every 2 years and reinvents itself. That's the secret. The secret is what time you get tired of Atlanta, you hate it. Atlanta get tired of itself and they go do something else. Yeah. You hate Snap? Yeah, we hate Snap too. Okay, on to the next thing. On to the next. So absolutely, I thought it would. And I'm gonna tell you what I also knew. I also knew the Bay was gonna bring California back. Yeah. You know, and I just like to say, like, I've the hyphy movement, big, what it was, nasty. But what the Bay is giving in terms of the sound that's going up and down the West Coast, man, it brought the West back in a big way. And what I'm looking forward to, beyond who is the capital of hip hop, because I don't care that Atlanta is so much the focus. I care that the South sees itself as a region still, and I care that our satellite cities still matter. Like, when I was growing up, E40, UGK, 8 Ball, MJG, Outkast, all formed a zigzag across the country we was all connected to. Yeah. You connected through your family lived there. You connected through the music. That's what I'm interested in seeing. Like, when Lil Jon go get 40 Water, that means something to me. You know what I mean? When shouts out to Sue, when he come through Atlanta, and him and Young Frank, AKA, when they hit me like, hey, I'm in the town and I'm just in another city, but like, if you need something, let me know. That means something. That's what I'm looking forward to. That establishment being that line being reestablished and keeping that current more than I am about my city being You know, Atlanta, it don't matter if it ain't Atlanta, Houston, Memphis, you know what I mean? If it ain't Oakland, if it's not all of us together mashing, it don't matter. It's just, you know, we got some cool houses, we got some nice parties. We want y'all to come down, move, raise your kids there. But for me, until I see what I saw in my childhood, it ain't right. My childhood, we rocked as a region, and that's what I'm about.
All right, Killer Mike is in the spot, man. Run the Jewels, new project. What we got to look forward to?
Man, Bedlam. I just say, man, the album is top tier jamming. It's I can't even explain that. You can go listen to it for free if you decide to buy it. We like it. If you don't want to buy it, that's cool. Come out to a show. If you come out to a show, buy a T-shirt. You know, my thing is you probably need to see a live show. Need to. Cause yeah, if you ain't seen nothing like this.
Killer Mike live in the VIP lounge. We still got more. Y'all know what it is.
Love.